Israel killing the leader of the terrorist group Hezbollah in an airstrike. The attack could trigger a larger war, and we want to take a brief moment to explain why. We've been covering Israel's war with Hamas in Gaza. That's there. You see it. It's Israel's southwest. Hamas led the October 7th massacres on Israel. But since that day, almost a year ago, Israel has also been attacked from the north by Hezbollah, which is based in Lebanon and also opposes Israel's right to exist. Hezbollah launching a near daily barrage of rockets, forcing tens of thousands of Israelis living in the north to evacuate their homes for nearly a year and counting. And one last player in all of this, Iran, which closely supports Hezbollah and has already vowed revenge. Israel has ramped up its attacks on Hezbollah in recent weeks, and now there are questions of whether a ground assault is next. Matt Bradley reports from Lebanon tonight.
Tonight, the streets of Lebanon erupting with rage and sorrow. We're waiting for you. We're waiting for your smile. We're waiting for your voice, said this mourner in Beirut. Please rise. After the Iranian-backed militant group Hezbollah confirmed the death of its leader Hassan Nasrallah in Israeli airstrikes the day before. A succession of deeply penetrating bombs that leveled several residential buildings, the death toll still unknown. We witnessed the blast from our live position. Well, you're still seeing the smoke rising from this attack right in the southern area of Beirut, right on Hezbollah's main command and control center, according to the Israelis. And this was a loud boom, and we heard it rattling the windows here. Venerated and beloved by millions across the Arab and Muslim worlds, Nasrallah was designated as a terrorist by the U.S. government and not seen in public for years for fear of an Israeli assassination attempt. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today saying Nasrallah wasn't yet another terrorist. He was the terrorist. The announcement of his death sparked cheers on beaches in Tel Aviv. Despite a week of escalating violence between Israel and Hezbollah, his killing came as a shock, even leading to a rare flash of frustration from the U.S. Secretary of Defense.
The United States was not involved in Israel's operation. We had no advance warning.
Nasrallah took Hezbollah's helm in 1992 after his predecessor was killed, also in an Israeli airstrike. With help from Hezbollah's patron state Iran, he built the group into a formidable fighting force and political power, with seats in Lebanon's parliament and ministers in its government. Since Hamas's October 7th attacks, he led Hezbollah's year-long fight against Israel. His death has left the powerful group battered, leaderless, and many fear more dangerous than ever.
Matt Bradley is in Beirut tonight. Matt, what are the risks now of retaliation from Hezbollah and its allies?
Well, Jose, Hezbollah and other Iran-backed militant groups throughout the region, including Iran itself, have vowed to exact vengeance on Israel for Nasrallah's death. But Israel is getting ready. They've activated 3 reserve battalions just today. Jose?
Matt Bradley in Beirut, thank you. With tensions boiling over in the Middle East, it brings up new fears of a wider war. Let's get right to NBC Pentagon correspondent Courtney Kube. Courtney, President Biden has now weighed in.
That's right, Jose. President Biden called Nasrallah's death a measure of justice for his victims, which includes Americans, but today also reiterated the need for a ceasefire. And administration officials tell me patience is thin after Israel took another action that could draw the U.S. into a larger conflict. Today, military officials presenting Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin with options to strengthen the U.S. military presence in the region. But with 40,000 troops there already, officials are confident in the posture and say options could include extending some current deployments. Jose?
And Courtney, what about the thousands of Americans in Lebanon? What's the U.S. doing for them at this point?
Well, today the State Department told Americans to register online if they need help leaving Lebanon. The airport is operational, but commercial flights are limited. So the Pentagon has options ready for charter flights or U.S. military assistance if necessary. But as of now, administration officials say they do not see an immediate need for either. Jose?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.